and reading at the same time. One of my readers has said, most old buildings just slow the wind. They're impossible to heat, as reading any period novel will tell you. I can't support energy to heat sentiment. How do you react to that?
Absolute fundamental bullshit. Somebody who doesn't understand the nature of old buildings, doesn't understand that in fact buildings were built at a time when in fact those were critical issues, that the good thing about technology is we've figured out ways to respond to the legitimate issues about, drafty windows or whatever, and it is such a narrow, unimaginative response to the issue. It is fundamentally unsustainable to be tearing down buildings so we can build some green gizmo thing.
Okay, I loved your line that LEAD to you stood for lunatic environmentalists enthusiastically demolishing. It certainly is provocative.
Well, and I don't want to get carried away, as I sometimes do, because I think that fundamentally there are good pieces to LEAD. The trouble is very narrowly focused and ignores the non-environmental elements of sustainable development, and in fact ignores a huge chunk of the environmental component of sustainable development. And it really is, and I don't entirely blame the green architects, but in fact they are, because they have sold this around the world as, here's our answer to sustainable development, green gizmos of one kind or another. They are letting that kind of faddishness of the LEAD system be the tool to justify the destruction of historic buildings. It's criminal.
Okay, and my last question, we do keep these short, so I won't be using the full 10 minutes. My last question is about your very interesting, and again, provocative comments about density and how this current architectural and urban planning range to build up our cores is really costing our cities their culture and heritage. And you gave that Kentucky building as an example.
Well, the Kentucky building, but I think in the States, the biggest example at the moment is Seattle. A very environmentally oriented, committed community, and I'm for density, and I'm for public transportation. But when you have a kind of single fulcrum upon which everything else falls subordinate, then you start missing things. And in the case of Seattle, because they're saying we got to have a lot of density in these particular places, it is costing affordable housing, it is costing historic preservation, it is costing small business incubation. There needs to be a balanced approach. Furthermore, the most dense neighborhoods for hundreds of years have been historic neighborhoods. If we really need to densify, then let's go to the kind of crappy 60s and 70s suburban neighborhoods that were never dense and densify them.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Okay.